What's up, y'all? It's your girl Sang, and today we're going to be reacting to a video from the comment section with Brett Cooper titled, Jews Need Not Apply? WTF? What that mean? Brett, are you about to say something that's anti-Semitic? You know Ben Shapiro owns the Daily Wire? Let's get into it.
Welcome back to the comment section. I'm Brett Cooper. We talk about this whole trope a lot. I don't know if trope is the right word. This chain of events, which is people create things that are politically charged, that are very woke, but often they do not go far enough to please the far left radical 1%, and therefore they end up shooting themselves in the foot. Nobody is happy. We make fun of them. They get canceled. They lose money, and that 1% is like, whatever. Now, I feel like I've just brought Halloween back with that laugh. That was like incredibly embarrassing. It's Christmas time. Anyway, we're going to talk about
It's not Christmas time. Look. We are not gonna overlook Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a wonderful holiday, okay? You usually, most people have the day off of work, all right? And you have good food with good family, and you're just thankful. I'm not talking about when y'all ruined it with Black Friday, which starts on Thanksgiving for some reason, but it's not Christmas yet. It's not Christmas yet. You give Thanksgiving its just due.
another example of this. But before we get into it, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to this channel if you have not already, ring that notification bell so that you never miss a comment section or off the clock episode. And of course, you can go to dailywire.com/Brett to check out my merch collection.
Do that for my channel too. You hit that subscribe button, you hit that notification bell, you hit that thumbs up. All right, moving on.
I saw this article from The Telegraph. It was from the 31st, but I just saw it this morning. They said, a production of Romeo and Juliet for non-binary performers, with Juliet reimagined as a persecuted Jew and Romeo as a member of Hitler Youth, has become embroiled in a row over its failure to include Jewish people in a casting call.
What? What are y'all... A production of Romeo and Juliet for non-binary performers, with Juliet reimagined as a persecuted Jew and Romeo as a member of Hitler Youth, has become embroiled in a row over its failure to include Jewish people in a casting call. That's why y'all mad? Y'all not mad about anything else? And look at down here, it says Nazi non-binary. What? What is this? I'm in a dream. This isn't real. I'm in a fever dream right now, and it just seems real, but this not real.
That's so awkward.
When I walked into the studio today, Sheller was like, so what are we talking about today? And I gave him that brief scenario, and we were both cackling, and I appreciate that I just read that, and we both started laughing again, because it is just so absurd. They want non-binary actors, but they're gonna make it about the Holocaust and Jewish people, and they want to include marginalized people in the casting, but they just happen to forget Jewish people. The marginalized people that they are apparently creating this play to uplift, maybe? I have no idea. It is so confusing. According to the article, this is the summary of their adaptation. The official description of the planned play says, in defiance of their entire society and in secrecy from their closest friends, hopeful young lives burn amidst a cataclysmic backdrop of impending war and the horror of the Holocaust. Sun and moon shine down on star-crossed lovers as a Jewish girl falls for a member of Hitler Youth, and the boy questions everything he was taught to believe.
This don't make no sense. This don't make no sense. Look at this synopsis. None of this makes sense. First off, if that was me back in the day, because I had told y'all in another video, I am Jewish. If this was me at this point in time, I guess I couldn't be black, because then that'd be a whole other issue. But I'm the Jewish girl, and I'm seeing Hitler and his little band of Nazis going around killing my people, and I have to hide in fear and whatnot. Do you really want me to believe that I'm falling for one of the people marching down the street, knocking out Jews with the butt of their rifle, smacking us up, talking about, you about to come with me, you about to get gassed? I'm just gonna look at one of them and be like, oh, this is so crazy what they're doing. Ooh, but he's so fine though. I'm definitely about to get with him. Unbelievable. Why couldn't you just leave it as Romeo and Juliet? Why did this need to even be a plot point? This is horrible. This is horrible.
As a Jewish girl falls for a member of Hitler Youth, and the boy questions everything he was taught to believe. Now, I will say, the headline is a bit misleading because this is not a non-binary show
at all
about the Holocaust. The show is still in the casting process. It's not even, up and running yet, but they were seeking non-binary actors in addition to other marginalized people, of course, other marginalized actors. And in the breakdown that they released for, agents and managers and actors, they talked about wanting these marginalized people, but they did not include Jews. The director gave this comment after it all came out. His name is Max Lewandell. He's the founder and director of the Icarus Theater Collective, and he told the JC that the omission of Jews from the casting call that included non-binary artists and or those of global majesty, Black, or Asian heritage was a mistake, blaming his casting director for the error.
Yeah, blame the casting director. His fault, totally. In a show about Jews, like he wouldn't know to also cast people who were Jewish. Oh, yeah, okay. This seems like it's so unreal. This gotta be a joke. I feel like I'm watching the Dylan Mulvaney video all over again because I couldn't believe that either. My brain was like, nope, this is a joke. This isn't real. No, this can't be real.
He and the theater then, of course, had to do the very typical apology. They said, please accept our profound apologies for neglecting to mention performers of Jewish background or preferred for the Capulets. This was the initial intention. The director is Jewish, and our intention has always been to include this casting preference as it is fundamental, the theater group said. I love that they always have to include, don't worry, we actually have one of those people.
I told them we already got one.
We're not just projecting from afar. We have one. This is from a first person, whatever. It's all ridiculous. And they did blame the casting director and said that it was his or her fault and that this casting call was released before anybody else saw it. I don't know if that's actually true or whether they are just really idiots, but either way, that's what they're saying. And
nah, they gotta be idiots. The premise of the play, the casting call being as stupid as it is, all of this is just wild and just so unbelievably stupid. I can't believe any of this. I still don't understand why that's a premise to whatever.
Then they shared the newly revised casting call, where they have now added Jewish people. And the revised casting call for cast members says that the company is seeking a male or non-binary presenting performer for Romeo, and now makes it clear that a female is wanted for Juliet, preferably of Jewish background. That is literally so offensive. They don't want a non-binary presenting Juliet. They made it clear that they want a female. That's bigotry right there. I get that you're now including Jewish people, but now you've excluded the non-binaries. I need another apology. Thank you very much.
This is how you warp yourself. This is a thing with the left. Y'all have created so much nonsense that now you say one wrong thing and you are literally just now making another group feel bad when you're trying not to make another group feel bad. You have yourself in this real stupid loop. That's it. And her making fun of it makes all the sense in the world because of how stupid you guys made things.
The mindset of these people, you cannot win. Get over it. It's really not that deep. Mercutio is to be male or non-binary, and the ordinarily male character Tybalt is to be female presenting.
Huh?
Love that. So great. I'm so glad that they are hitting every single intersectional box. I'm so excited for them to also have some Asian, Hispanic, and Black characters. I'm sure they will have no white straight males, not allowed, cannot represent that whatsoever.
None at all.
Ben put it well. He retweeted that original Telegraph article, and he said, well, this sounds like the worst thing ever produced.
It does. It sounds horrible. It's not even out yet, and you guys are trying so hard to be so inclusive. You're making it sound horrible, okay? Why are we not just casting people because they're good at their job? Why are we not doing that? Why does it have to be an asterisk on it? It's yes, we want somebody to play Romeo, but he has to be trans presenting this way, and he has to be this, and he has to be that, and he has to be non-binary, and also this, and also that, and you can't be white. And it's y'all just pick the best person for the job. Y'all are overly making this complicated for no reason. And once again, the story, stupid. Jew falling in love with Hitler Youth. I doubt it. I doubt that actually happened.
Yeah, literally. Aside from the fact that they were excluding Jewish people from a Jewish-centric adaptation, the entire thing just sounds god-awful. Who would sit and watch this? It's literally just political propaganda wrapped up in an old Shakespearean play. It takes the magic out of it. And you might say, Brett, is there really magic in Shakespeare? I was an English major. Let me have this, please. Abby Livy responded and said, how did a single person think that this was a good idea? They don't think that's the reason.
Yeah.
Somebody else replied and said, perhaps the idea is shock value gets bums on seats. That is absolutely accurate. So,
nobody's paying tickets to see this. You know what? I take that back. Woke people will pay to see it. Because they're going to be like, this is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted my Romeo and Juliet story to sound like.
somebody posted this meme and said, production of Romeo and Juliet with non-binary performers. It's Nazis versus Jews instead of internecine Italian squabbling. No Jews in the cast. Like, it got worse every single time. Harrison Crank replied and said, I didn't think anything could be worse than Cats, but I have been proven wrong. Cats is the lowest on the totem pole. I don't care if you love Cats. One of my really good friends is obsessed with the musical Cats. I respect that, but respectfully, I hate it. And that movie was awful, like a horror film. I digress.
I've never seen it. I personally, I can't do musicals at all. I think they're horrible.
Somebody quote tweeted and said, this is a 30 Rock joke. It really does feel like it. In quintessential fashion, it feels like
said
we're
it was
in the
a
midst
joke.
of a sick sitcom. Another person came in with some nice English literature knowledge and said, a huge plot point in Romeo and Juliet is that the Montagues and the Capulets don't even remember why they're fighting. The feud is generations long and they keep fighting without knowing why. Neither group is objectively in the wrong. Nazis are objectively in the wrong.
Yeah.
Absolutely correct. But do you think that they care about the sanctity of Shakespeare's work or preserving any of
Not
that, or
at
actually
all.
trying to make their adaptation fall in line
Not
with
at
what he
all.
intended? No, of course not. They are absolutely willing to twist and change things for their own weird agenda. And while they are pushing this weird agenda, they are shooting themselves in the foot because they are not representing the people that they are claiming to be representing. It's just so weird. I feel like I'm having a mind f just talking about this. And finally, this person said, productions like this would not be made if Reagan didn't close the asylums. And obviously, of course,
That's
this is in the UK. Reagan had no, jurisdiction over their asylums, but still, it is funny and I kind of agree. This really reminds me of something that happened this summer. I think it was in August. The Globe Theatre in London also decided to do some adaptations of their own. They made Joan of Arc a non-binary character, and this isn't like a Shakespearean thing. The Globe Theatre is Shakespeare's theater, but this wasn't a Shakespeare play. But they did.
Why? Why are y'all trying to make everything so complicated? We're going to do this play, but the person has to be this pronoun or this gender-seeking type person. Just pick the best person. Just do that. It'd be way easier. I promise you, it'd be way easier to find whoever you're looking for.
Did make Joan of Arc non-binary. Here is a newspaper article from it. It says Joan of Arc portrayed as non-binary in New Globe play. They got so much flack, rightfully so. People were so angry. I think I did an episode about it. That feels like so long ago, but I'm pretty sure we talked about it. Someone tweeted this at the time, and as I was pulling this old article, I saw it and it made me laugh. Inspired by the non-binary Joan of Arc at the Globe Theatre, I've written a new play about Rosa Parks, in which I've reimagined her as a young gay Hispanic man. It also takes place in Ibiza rather than Alabama. Instead of a city bus, it is a glass-bottom catamaran. That is exactly what these people do. It's just
What's messed up? As time goes on, if this keeps happening and we never get rid of this, because I know some people are like, oh, this is just a phase, this isn't gonna last forever. Nah, this is gonna last forever. This is gonna definitely last forever. And what's gonna end up happening at some point in time, we are going to reach a story about a black historian or something, and they're gonna do that, and the black community is gonna lose their crap. Honestly, I think if you could do it about like any minority figure and you really flip it that hard, oh, it's gonna be chaos.
just so off base. And obviously, I kind of struggle with this because it's art. People are allowed and have the freedom to take liberties and express themselves, but it doesn't mean that I have to like it. But my problem with these things is that they are taking pieces of history that they apparently revere and respect,
ruining it.
history is a
And
torrid
ruining
thing
it.
for them. And they're absolutely twisting it and have no respect for it. It's just incredibly confusing. And to me, this all represents two things. Number one, which is that utter lack of respect for history, whether it be real historical events or significant historical pieces of literature like Shakespeare. And two, the thing that we always talk about, that wokeness is literally killing entertainment and creativity in art. Because in both cases
it is.
of the Globe Theaters thing and this weird non-binary Romeo and Juliet, whatever, these shows were created for shock value and to prove that these theater groups and these creators are so progressive and that they can push boundaries. And in both cases, they have shot themselves in the foot and they have gotten ridiculed online and they've clearly lost money. So let's just have this be a lesson to everyone. Stop creating art to prove your political correctness. It's not authentic and it is clearly not what people want because nobody is going to see these shows. Be edgy if you want, that's totally fine. Doing something just to make a political point when it's not actually good, it's not actually creative, you're not actually adding anything to the conversation. Wow, I really sounded like a leftist there. Don't do it. Actually tell good stories about interesting characters that people can relate to and connect to. That's what audiences want. I'm not gonna go to a play to get preached at. Thank you very much.
Yeah, honestly, like, she's not lying. You go to these things to be entertained. That's it. It's like going to a movie, a concert, anything else. You're going there to be entertained. Stop pushing your BS on me. I don't care. I didn't pay $40 for this ticket for you to preach at me. You tell him, Brett. You tell him. But if you guys want to see me react to more videos, just like this one, let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss when I drop a video. I drop 3 a day, every day, just in case you didn't know. And with that said, you already know who it is. It's Sang.